Banky Pound, welcome to Locked In, the most requested interview in Locked In history, man.
That's crazy. Shout out to TBP Nation, man. You know, we've been sparring for a couple of years, man, so it's about time, man. But yeah, I knew it would happen.
Yeah, you were actually on my, so like when I first started, there was like the OG YouTubers of prison people.
Yeah.
So like you were on my list. Like you, it was like you, Jay Williams, there was a couple other people,
right?
That Larry Lawton, like the OG that came before me, that we all got to respect because you guys paved the way, you know.
Right.
So you were on my list, and we've been going back and forth. Glad we can make it happen. But literally every week, man, people reach out to me. Banky Pound. I had this one girl on TikTok was like, you have to get him. I was like, it's booked, all right. And she was like, okay, I apologize.
Yeah, when I announced it on my channel, man, they was excited too, man. I was like, look, man, I'm going to do Locked In with Ian Bick. They was like, when you going? When you going? I say, I got to go first. And when I go, I'm going to let y'all know. So they was like, yeah, they was real excited about it, man. You doing good work over here, man. And yeah, for sure.
Thank you, man. And I want you to plug in your stuff at the top of this episode. You know, your channels, the boxing thing you have going on too.
Absolutely,
all that.
Man. Well, you know, my YouTube is Banky Pound. I think the URL is Banky Pound 1932. That's my biggest platform. I'm on Instagram. I post videos every day, man. That is my grind, you know, that prison grind. I post 7 days a week. At 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you'll have a new video. If you don't have one, something going on. I go live every morning with a show I call The Morning Mud, where we drink coffee and just tap in for the day, try to get good energy. Normally I go live at night after my video premieres at 6. Go in and chop it up with them, so we end the day with some good energy. You know, I'm just getting with TikTok, not really too familiar with it, but I'm on Facebook, Banky Pound for Pound on Facebook. And, you know, we moving around, man. We're going to try to get to moving around in 2025 and hit some more platforms like yours. You know, I already previously done, you know, No Jumper. Shout out to Adam. Vlad TV, shout out to Vlad, you know, so we're going to try to circle the wagon this year and, you know, put this thing out there a little more, man.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool. You got to get on TikTok. People love the prison stories.
I know, man.
Hopefully they don't ban it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm definitely trying to get into TikTok. Ironically, I posted a video on TikTok when I first was hearing about TikTok. It might be like my third or fourth video I posted on there. Just randomly coming from the beach working out, man, I seen a elderly woman cutting her grass. And I just came from working out on the beach, and I said, I'm going to go ask her, do she want me to cut her grass? Because I was already sweating or whatnot. And they said, I bet you won't. I said, I do. I'm going to go ask her. They said, you going to do it for real? I said, yeah, if she let me. So they took the camera, and they was filming me, and I just went and asked her, do she want her grass cut? And she was like, no, I do this for exercise. And come to find out, she was 91 years old. She's cutting the grass with an electric lawnmower. And I just felt so bad for her, but she just sat there and she conversated with me. And she was like, she do it for exercise. Her grandkids don't want to help her, so she do it herself. It keeps her young. And I just thought she was so vibrant and cool. And I just told her, I said, well, I'm right around the street. Anytime you need me to do it, I'll do it. And I stress too, I'll do it for free. You ain't have to pay me. She was like, cool. That got like almost 1 million views, like 750,000 views. It was like my fourth, but I didn't keep up with it because, like I say, I'm new. I was just focusing in on the YouTube, getting this story out there, trying to let these youngins know, man, that, you know, prison gonna mess your life up, man. It ain't gonna be nothing out here that's gonna be worth it in the end if you get behind them walls. So that's my main goal, man, to just re-educate these youngins and let them know that it ain't gonna be what you think it is, man. You know, and it's a hard road to deal with, man. And I just want them to know that.
Where'd you grow up? Where are you from?
I'm from D.C., man, but I grew up in D.C. and Virginia. You know, and ironically, I was sent from one to the other to stay out of trouble, and I ended up in the worst trouble ever. But yeah, originally from D.C., man, but I had a lot of roots in Virginia. So if I'm in one during the school season, I'm in the other one during the summertime. So, you know, I was back and forth, but, you know, D.C. is my home, man.
Who'd you grow up with?
I grew up with my family. My mom, you know, my pops, he passed away when I was probably about 11 or 12. Didn't really know him that much before he passed away. He was staying in New York. So I never really like seen him like that. And then next thing you know, I heard he had passed away. So, at that time, I'm young. I don't really know what to feel because I don't really know him like that. But for the most part, all my life, my mom and my dad. But I have to say, my uncle, her oldest brother, he jive instilled in me, manhood and what to do and what to expect. And, I more or less got my demeanor and my personality from him. And he just was a hard joker, and he instilled that in me and my brother.
What did your mom do for work?
My mom worked at a plant, man. She worked at a plant, and she ended up moving to Virginia because she got this job in a plant, and she ended up working in that plant for 30 plus years before she retired in there. But it was a good job. It paid good, you know what I'm saying? She even tried to get me a job in there to keep me, you know what I'm saying, on out of the way. And ended up getting a job there, man. But truth of the matter is, I was just, I was so lost that working won't even, you know what I'm saying? I can go out there and do what I was doing and make the money that I was making. And it was a good job. You talking about a young kid in his teens, and I could make, $20-something an hour. And this in the 80s. So, but, I was just too caught up in fast money at that time, you know what I'm saying?
How was the relationship with you and your brother growing up?
Man, me and my brother cool. We cool in the game right now. That's my road dog. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? And I got a brother and two sisters, and I always been close with them. I'm the second oldest. My sister is the oldest. Then it's me. Then it's my brother, and then it's my baby sister. But my siblings, all my siblings, I'm cool with. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one that got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? They college graduates and business owners and whatnot. But
Did your parents have any run-ins with the law at all?
My mother, man, listen, man. My mother, this is the crazy part, man. My mother, in my entire life, and I'm not saying this because it's just my mother, it's just facts. In my entire life, I never seen my mother take a drink. I never seen my mother smoke a cigarette. I never seen my mother do drugs. My mother, all I always saw was my mom working, man. My mom worked. And she took care of us, man. All four of us, whatever we wanted. We all got a car at 16. You know what I'm saying? We all had whatever it was that came out. We all had the best of clothes, always had the games, whatever they came out. It was like when, what was it called? Nintendo and all of that stuff came out. We was the first ones on the block to have it. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom worked hard, man, and I always respect her for that. And I think being in prison as long as I was and my mom work ethic, I think that, is on me. Because they always tell you, if you go look, they'll say I'm the hardest working dude in YouTube. Because I post not just every day, but I post stories every day. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing that for 4+ years, 7 days a week. And normally they gonna see me 2 to 3 times a day because I'm gonna be live in the morning, 6 o'clock video, then maybe live at night. So you talking about 7 days a week, no breaks because the streets ain't taking no breaks, so I can't take no breaks. So, and in prison, as you should know, you can't take no breaks. So when I got into it, I say if I'm in it, I'm just gonna go hard in it, and that's the way I've been the whole time I've been doing it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that grind aspect of it, Yeah. Like, it's hard.
It's very hard.
I do 5, episodes a week that I edit, produce, do all those myself. And then, the shorts and then the lives you have to add in here and there. Just everything, man. It's a lot.
It's
and responding and dealing with guests and,
yes.
And
I be telling them that. I be like, listen, man, because, I'm human. Sometimes my videos don't do what I'm used to, I'm doing. I be like, man, do y'all know what I go through to be on here every day? It's like literally 80% of my day, daily. You know what I'm saying? And I got grandkids, I got kids, you know what I'm saying? But I do it because it's what I'm used to doing, and I know that it's effective. I know it's effective because I get the response, the letters, the people telling me, man, this changed my life, man, you saved my life. That stuff affects me. It affects me in a big way, dog. And it's like the gas in my car. You know what I'm saying? When they tell me that I could be in a mood because the video ain't do what I thought it should do or whatever, or I think people ain't listening, and I can get one letter, and dude would say, man, you know, you saved my life. And I'll be right back on 10. I got to go harder. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do it, because in my videos, man, my main thing is I try to talk to people the way I feel like if people would have talked to me when I was young and out of control, that I would have listened to. You know what I'm saying? So what I try to do is paint the picture of, you know, what if this is what your life gonna be like. If you complaining out here, you ain't got no job, you can't do this, did that. Bruh, this is what you gonna trade what you got in for. And I show them that because I done seen it all, man. There's nothing in prison there's no scenario, there's nothing that you can't tell me that I haven't seen, experienced, or been involved in. You know, 12,065 plus consecutive days, man. First time in. So I seen it all. And the only reason I'm here talking to you today is it ain't just because I'm the baddest joker on the planet. It's just because I stood on mine and God stood with me. And it wasn't my destiny to die in prison, because I done faced death probably more times than a human should, you know, but I prevailed. And once I got out here and this was presented to me to be able to help somebody, it wasn't even my plans, but once it was presented to me and I did it and I felt how it made me feel, I was like, this is what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't want to just be remembered for a joker did doing 30-something years in prison. What is that? What is that? You know, so I want to be remembered for something, man, and helping people. And if I can stop one dude from going to prison, I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? But when you get one and then some more and then some more and then some more, it just make you feel good, man, you know, so I'm locked in. No pun intended with this. I'm locked in with it, man.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's your host of Locked In, and if you're into fitness and a healthy lifestyle like I am, then you need to hear about this amazing deal that's exclusive for listeners of Locked In. I just spent over $100 on Orgain's chocolate chip cookie dough and peanut butter protein bars and their vegan chocolate shakes, which was 30% cheaper because of my discount. Seriously, I couldn't resist. Now let me tell you why I'm obsessed with this brand. When I first discovered Orgain years ago when I was working at Whole Foods, I've always had a sensitive stomach when it comes to milk, so finding a vegan option that actually tasted amazing was a game changer. Fast forward to now, I'm training 6 days a week for boxing, and Orgain is my go-to fuel. Whether it's before a workout or to recover after, their 30-gram protein shakes keep me going. I got those 30-gram protein shakes right here in my lap. Here's what makes Orgain a must-have for anyone looking to step up their health game. Their 30-gram complete protein shakes are packed with protein, have no added sugar, and include all 9 essential amino acids. Plus, they're made with high-quality ingredients that make them taste like dessert. I had one just this morning, and I'm about to have one right after I finish recording this. It was quick, easy, and perfect for my busy schedule. Whether you're at the gym, in the car, or running errands, Orgain has you covered. And it's not just shakes. They've got protein powders, bars, and so much more for the whole family. I don't know how I've lived this long without Orgain. It's real nutrition that actually tastes amazing, and it keeps me on track without making health feel like a chore. Here's the deal. Head to Orgain.com/Ian Bick and use code Ian Bick for 30% off your order. That's right, 30% off. This is the best offer you'll find, but you have to use my code Ian Bick. One last time for 30% off, head to Orgain.com/Ian Bick and use code Ian Bick. Fuel up, feel good, and thank me later. Now, let's get back into today's episode. So, you know, you grew up in a pretty decent family. You know, you had those advantages with a caring mom, loving, you know, siblings, and a stable home in that sense. Where does it go wrong?
It goes wrong when this is my take on it, you know, and trust me, I've had enough time to analyze it and reanalyze it over and over again. And this is why I preach the way I do. It goes wrong because I think when you're growing up, especially if you're growing up like I did in a one-parent home where the mom got to be the mom, the dad, the dictator, the healer, the provider, everything. stressed out, just like what we do, is you get stressed. So I grew up in the era of your mama will tell you to do something and you say, why? And they say, because I said so. And that's what you got to take. And I think that, work for a certain period of time, but I think we've outgrown that. Evolution has took us beyond that. I think kids take that as dictatorship. And in dictatorship, what do we get? We get rebellion. You understand? And I think we get dictated to at home because parents are so caught up in what they got to do, what they need to do, trying to provide for us, trying to do this, do that. And they don't have the patience to sit there and explain everything. They just dictate. And when you get dictation at home and you go out in the street and you get conversation opposed to dictation, you're more receptive to the conversation that's in the streets. So you're not listening to what's being told at you at home because you feel like you're being dictated to. But when you go out in the streets amongst your peers and they don't know no more than you know, you listening to them. Oh, man, we can go do this, man. We can get a lick. Or we can go, you know what I'm saying? You listening to it. Now, we grown now looking back at it is straight tomfoolery. But we don't know that. So that sounds more glamorous to us. That sounds more intriguing to us. And we're able to conversate instead of being told what to do. Oh, no, but what if this? Oh, no, what that'll happen? Woo, woo, woo. And you go through all of that, man. And I think that's where it went wrong for me, man, And it didn't go wrong for a minute because I was all the way in high school, dog. And hadn't been in nothing, man. I'm in this boxing thing. I love it with a passion. I'm playing football. I'm good in football. Even had scholarship offers and everything, but I'm trying to go with this boxing thing because I'm same thing, being greedy, thinking about the fast money that, 4 years in college, man, I can do this and turn pro and get, so just, being greedy, and that's usually the downfall of all of us. And then I had this dude that moved down to D.C. from New York. And man, he was a cool dude, man. We had a couple of classes together and we got to hanging out. And that's where it went, man. We was just out in Georgetown one night. We used to go out there on the weekends, trying to chase girls and do our thing or whatnot. And we used to have to catch the metro. And we ain't had no money. We done spent all our money, whatever. And I was like, we ain't had no money to even catch the metro to get back. And just like that, he was like, man, shoot, man, we got to rob somebody. I'm like, what, rob somebody? He from New York, I'm from D.C., but they a little faster, I guess, in that aspect. Because I ain't know nothing about that. Just, you heard dudes rob, but I'm like, nah, I ain't. He was like, I said, man, we're going to rob somebody. Man, you tripping. I said, we ain't got no gun. He said, man, you don't need no gun. I'm looking at him like, he said, man, listen, all you got to do is act like you got a gun. Don't nobody want to get shot. Act like you got a gun. And I'm thinking in my mind, man, you going to get us killed. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm telling you, man, I said, you done did it before. He was like, yeah. So I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to do that, Joe. And he was like, watch this. So we walking around, he find somebody, he go do it. And they give him the money. He made the lick, he pull back, we run, we get away, and then he break bread with me. So we go home, and then the next day we talking about it and everything. I'm like, I told you, man, it's easy, woo, woo, woo. That was it. You know what I'm saying? Then we going up there, man, and we robbing jokers, and we starting to do it, and then we doing it more often. And then we graduated, we start robbing. We want to rob the pimps, because they got pimps out there, and they got big money. So we trying to rob the pimps. This is how insane we was, man. These jokers would kill you. If they, you know what I'm saying, if they catch you wrong, they're going to kill you. But we not feeling no fear because we so young and naive, we thinking that we really, you know what I'm saying, we doing something. And, man, then we started, messing with the prostitutes, man. We started tricking them. We started telling them, well, we on a date with you, and we go in there with them and do what we do, and then we take their money. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, we was just straight tripping when I look back. And then one time we did it with the prostitutes, and we took the money back, and the money that they had, and we tried to leave out the hotel, but we so green and we don't know. They got pimps and stuff waiting at the entrance in case something like this happened, but we don't know this. We think, oh, we got them. Man, we come up out of there, and man, before we could get 2, 3, 4, 5 steps, man, they start running towards us, and we're like, they coming in, and we take off running, and they busting. You know what I'm saying? They shooting at us, so man, it was like my heart was pounding so fast, and man, we just ran and we got away, and next thing you know, man, it was like we waited a while and we went back up there, and it was like prostitutes. A lot of prostitutes used to see us up there, and because we was young, we stuck out. And this one that used to speak to us all the time, and used to tell us we too young to be out there and everything. She caught us when we was coming out there, and she was like, "Hey, come here." So we go down there thinking she gonna be talking her talk again, and she was like, "Y'all better get out here." I said, "Why?" I said, "Oh, they looking for y'all." So they looking for us for it. They looking for y'all. They didn't get y'all description and everything. They looking for y'all. So they had a beam on us, and they was looking for us. Man, we turned around and we left, and we didn't go up there no more. But we ended up going other places, and he ended up getting towed off one time. We was out. The police got behind us, and I got away, and they caught him. And when they took him in or whatever, he ain't tell on me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I got away scot-free, and they took him back to his parents, and his mom was married to another guy. He was a professional bodybuilder too. I'm talking like huge. He ain't never like him anyway. He's the only boy. It's like 6 girls in the mom. And they sent him back to New York, man. I never saw him again. You know what I'm saying? So John, if you out there somewhere, man, holler at your boy. I never saw him again, man. And yeah, man. And I kept on doing it after that because I knew how now. And I knew it was a quick lick for money. And when I came down to Virginia, I already had that in me now. It was in me. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm down here in Virginia. I'm like, oh, I know how to get some money. Then I'm thinking they slow or they green. I'm big. You know what I'm saying? And nah, it ain't work out that way. But yeah, that's what it was though. It was just lack of. It ain't that I didn't know what I was doing, but it's the same thing to this day. This is one of my main messages that I tell people today. A lot of people know what they doing is wrong. If you're grown, you know. If you're a teenager, you know what you're doing is wrong. What's missing is you don't know the consequences. You don't know how much time you can get for what you're doing. You don't know what you're going to go through when you get that time. This is the information that I try to provide to them to give them the option like, okay, you know you're doing this can happen. So you know. So you can't say you never knew. You understand? And I don't believe that nobody who really knows in detail what can happen to you, what will happen to you, will continue down that path. You know what I'm saying? See, I don't know what it's like in Connecticut, but I know in Virginia, you can point a gun at somebody and say, give me your money, right? And they give you the money. You never touch them, you never hurt them, nothing, and you just walk away. But you scared them into giving life. That's life. And I don't think young kids know that. You can't tell me a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid, you tell them, man, you know you ain't got to shoot nobody. If you point that gun at somebody and take something from them, you know you can get life, right? Life. You can't tell a kid that and he gon', man, if you'd have told me that, I would have buried the gun. I wouldn't even touch the gun. But I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? That's life, my dude. And you ain't got to do nothing to nobody. You could just, literally, that's just like scaring somebody out of some money. So who knows this as a child, as a young adolescent or a young teenager did? If I don't touch him, if I don't shoot him, if I don't hurt him, I could get life? Yes, you can get life. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things I'm trying to make them aware of, man. That it's not a game, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, Virginia will bury you. And they will throw more dirt on you when you already buried. I know dudes in Virginia right now doing 50 plus. They don't even have a murder charge. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a charge against a child. They don't have a rape charge. They doing life and been out 50 plus, 40 plus. You see what I'm saying? So I know what it is. I'm blessed to be out here. I'm blessed. I did 33, first time in. First time in trouble. I'm blessed, man. And I got to bless some other people and try to help them not go in. Because they not playing. They had the lowest parole rate in the country for over 20-some years. 2%. 2% was making parole. So you get life and you get 50 or 60, 70 years, man, you stuck in VA. Super stuck. So, you know, I just want these youngins to know what type of game they're getting involved in. You know, you want to play in the games, you want to rob, you want to carjack, you want to shoot the pistol when somebody step on your shoe. All right, this is what's going to happen to you. If you ready for that, then so be it. But I don't think you ready, because it ain't nobody ready for what prison got for you, because it's not made for humans. It's literally not made for humans. We're not made to be caged up, man. We're not. And, yeah, it'll suck the life out of you, dog. It will suck the life straight out of you, man. And, yeah, man, I you know, they asked me since I started doing YouTube, man, they like, why you smile so much, man? You did all that time. I said, because I ain't in there no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in there no more. I ain't got to wake up every day worrying about if I got to kill or be killed. I ain't got to wake up every day wondering if I'm going to have to fight the police and wondering if I'm going to get what I'm supposed to have. I ain't got to wake up and go through that no more. So, yeah, I'm going to smile. I'm going to smile every day. And what I've been through, I already got through it. I ain't trying to go through it no more.
Was your mom aware you were starting to go down that path?
Nah, but she, you know how you got that motherly instinct? She had it, man. She had it. She literally, I had left and got my own place. You know, first time my own place. My mom literally used to call me at like 2, 3 in the morning and wake me up and be like, you at home? I said, yeah. I said, what's going on? She said, what are you doing? What you doing, Banky? I said, I ain't doing nothing. She said, you doing something, and you better stop it. I'm telling you, I got that feeling. You are doing something, and you better stop. You better stop. And it used to freak me out, because I'm like, somebody tell her something? But then nobody know nothing, because I'm moving it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, huh? But I said, Ma, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing it. She said, you doing something. I'm telling you, you better stop. And I never forget it, you know? And, yeah, she knew, but she didn't know. But she had that motherly, you know what I'm saying? She knew, man, because she knew her child. And it used to freak me out, man. And yeah, I never forgot that, especially after I was locked up. And you could hear it ringing in your head. You know, that my mom used to say, you know, you better stop doing what you're doing, bang. You know what I'm saying? So you'll get warnings all the time. You'll get signs all the time. It's just a matter of you take heed to them, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't, you know, and that's what, you know, I be trying to let these youngers know, man, you better listen. Because when you get in there, you know, can't nobody save you. Not your lawyer, not your mama, not your daddy, your grandpa. And I think that's where we get a lot of it twisted too. When you're adolescent, every trouble that you get in, more or less your mom, whoever your caretaker is, get you out of. You get in trouble in school, your mom come pick you up, your dad, whoever. You go to juvie, you know, they go to court with you. And I think that's where it get twisted at. Because I think once you get over 18, they still kind of young, you still dependent on your parents, or whoever your caretaker is, and you got it in your mind, anything I get in, they're going to get me out of. After 18, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. And even sometime before 18, it don't work that way. Because you're going to get yourself into something that they can't get you out of. And when I talk at high schools, because I speak at high schools, colleges, juvenile detention centers, I go back into jails and I talk. And especially when I'm in the high schools and the juvenile, the junior high schools and the colleges, I let them know, your mom and daddy ain't going to be able to get you out of everything once you get a certain age or once you cross a line that can't be uncrossed, they're not going to be able to save you. No matter how much money you think they got, how much influence you think they got, how much they love you, how much they're not going to be able to save you, man. And not even your lawyer. Once you get convicted, one of the hardest things to do is to get out of that situation, even if you innocent. I know dudes that did the same amount of time I did and ain't even do their crime, my dude. And I know this for a fact, you know? So it's one of the hardest things to flip because they don't want to admit that they're wrong once they have convicted you. Because they open themselves up to so many lawsuits, so many, judgments, so much ridicule that they're going to fight tooth and nail to keep you where you at. Because they're going to stand on that they convicted you by a jury of your peers. Even if it was manipulated, even if it was, tampered with, they're going to stand on that. And you're going to have to sit there and you're going to have to wear that. And the thing about doing time is people don't realize is one of the worst things or the most asinine things people say when they locked up. I ain't got but 2 years. Or I ain't got but 7. Who told you you're going to live that long? That's one of the most asinine things we say when we locked up. Oh, I ain't got but 8 years. You got life. Bro, ain't nobody guarantee you going to live no 8 years. I know dudes who went to prison with me. I was in the jail. I left the jail and went to receiving, left the receiving and went to the wall. I know dudes who was in the jail with me, went to receiving with me, went to the wall with me and got killed. I know dudes who was getting out the day before they get out, got killed. I know dudes that came in the first day, got killed. It's no rhyme or reason in there. Anything can happen at any time. You go into prison, there's no one on the planet gonna tell you when you coming out or if you coming out, regardless of what your sentence say. Regardless of what you got on paper, there's no one can guarantee you coming out. That's the trap that people don't understand. Man, dudes in there got forever and a day. Dudes in there got a little bit of time. Dudes in there so irritated, frustrated, suppressed, depressed. They can kirk out at any time. And you could be the closest thing to them. And that's it for you. And you got, I got 4 years. Okay, well, you ain't gonna see it. You're not gonna see it, man. So that's the dangers of prison, man. And dudes, they don't talk about that stuff. They try to I made it through. It won't nothing here. Yeah. Okay. Every time I see I don't care. No disrespect to nobody. Do what you do. Say what you say. Whatever. You ain't gonna tell me you did no 5, 10, especially 10 years or better, and it won't nothing. Man, you out of your mind. You out of your mind. You was away from everything you love and everybody you love, and it won't nothing? It won't nothing? Man, get out of here. We gonna go through so much in a decade in prison, man. It's gonna be it's like a lifetime of living.
Well, you go through so much in a year.
A year.
Know? Yeah.
So you got these people on here saying that, oh, well, I did 5 years. I ain't really had no problem. I did 12 years. It won't nothing. Man, you lying, dog. And I look you in your face and say you lying. You know what I'm saying? I would look you in your face and say, because can't nobody tell me nothing about prison. You can tell me something about anything on this earth you may feel like you're authority over me in. Prison ain't one of them. Prison ain't one of them. Unless you did 34 plus years, and you might can tell me a little something. You know what I'm saying? And I don't debate with dudes that's not my equals, man. I teach them. And I could teach you something about prison. I could teach you that it ain't the place that you want to be, but you can't teach me nothing about prison because I lived it. I've been in prison, man, longer than I ever been on the street. Prior and after. I've been longer. If you could combine before I went to prison and after, I've been in prison longer than I ever been on the street. I'm 58 years old. My whole life has been in prison. You know what I'm saying? And that's my first time. And I'm lucky to be here. Tupac had a line in one of his songs I'll never forget. I always refer back to it. He said they want to see us all in jail where only few of us will live to tell. I'm one of the few, And so I feel obligated to let dudes know, man, this ain't what you want to do, man. There ain't no amount of money you can get. Ain't no amount of licks you can hit. It's nothing. They said, man, you wouldn't go back to prison for $1 million. You take it. You wouldn't do a year, you take it. You take it. I've been broke all my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Being broke for a little longer, opposed to going to do that now, bro, because I know what can happen. I can get killed the first day. I can get killed on the 5th, 6th, 7th, 311th. No, I don't want that type of life no more. I don't want it for me. I don't want it for nobody. So, I don't want to go back in there. If I go back in there, I want to be going back in there to speak and to let dudes know that you can come out, man, and it ain't over. It ain't over. If you can make it to the finish line, it ain't over, champ. So just hold on. But I wouldn't. You couldn't give me nothing.
Hey, it's your host of Locked In, and I need to tell you all about what I just discovered. I was going over my bank statements the other day, and I realized I was spending hundreds of dollars a month on subscriptions I barely even used. Sound familiar? It hit me like a ton of bricks, how much money was just slipping through my fingers every month. That's when I knew I needed Rocket Money. Let me tell you, Rocket Money has been a total game changer for me. One subscription I hadn't touched in months, gone. They canceled it for me in minutes, no hassle, no awkward phone calls, and they even caught when one of my other subscriptions quietly increased its price. Without Rocket Money, I would have completely missed it. Here's the best part. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and even works to lower your bills. Also, you can save more money. Their dashboard shows all your subscriptions in one place, where your money is going, and even alerts you if you're close to going over budget. It's been a total eye-opener. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved people a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions. $500 million! Members are saving up to $740 a year using the app's premium features. Imagine what you could do with all that extra cash. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/lockedin today. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedin. Again, rocketmoney.com/lockedin. Take back control of your finances with Rocket Money. You'll thank me later. Now let's get back into today's episode. Tell us about what happened when you got to Virginia that landed you in prison.
Well, I was same thing, pulling licks with the robbery joint, and I was with another dude. He was older than me. Been in trouble before. Well, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, and he was already doing what I was doing. Never knew that at first. So then when I knew, then we licking up and we pulling little licks, and we go to do something one night and it goes south. And I leave. He stays. I heard gunshots. I run even faster. Later on, we come to find out, somebody got shot and they lost their life. And it was me and him that was there. And they didn't catch us on the scene. So months later, they arrested 2 other people for the charge. Had them, was gonna lock them up, do whatever. We young, I ain't say nothing. I'm definitely not gonna say nothing. Figuring in my mind, they ain't do it, they can't get convicted. Just still my young, naive mind. I know different now. But that's how I felt at the time. Oh, well, they ain't even do it, so, they ain't get convicted and we good. Whatever got into him, I don't know. He can only tell you that, but I guess he got nervous after a while and he go turn himself in. And he implicate me. And I guess he turned himself in, being he was older than me, he's looking for a deal. And he got one. And he said I was the ringleader and he was with me and blah, 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 blah. So they come and get me, they let these guys go. And still young, stupid. I go in there, I said, I don't know nothing. I don't know what he talking about, da-da-da-da-da. So now they looking at me like I'm trying to play hard. Boom, I get convicted. He testify on me. I get 103, 106 years, something, 100 and some years. I got robbery charges attached to this. I don't know what they do everywhere else, but in Virginia too, any robbery that even look or resembles this unsolved, they give you that too. So I got robbery charges, and at the time, in Virginia, they had this 3-strike law coming up. So that meant that, if you get convicted of 3 of the same type of crimes, which mine was a violent crime, you get convicted of 3 of them, then you fall under the no parole system. You can't get out. Whatever time you got, that's what you got to do. So I got 100 and some years. So I got these robbery charges to face. This new law coming out. My lawyer telling me, if you get convicted of one more of these, because I got convicted of the murder and possessing use of a gun. So if you get convicted of one of these charges, you got the no parole zone. 100 years, you ain't gonna get out. So he said, so I'm like, well, what I supposed to do? So he's like, you gotta take a plea bargain. When they gonna offer you a plea bargain, if you take a plea bargain, they gonna give you life sentences, but you won't fall under that new law, and you'll be eligible for parole in 12 years. So, but he said, if you don't, and you go to trial, if you get convicted of one, and I had to face like 4 or 5, however many it was. If you get convicted of one, that's it. So it felt like I was in a rock and a hard place, you know. So I took the plea bargain, and I ended up with 2 life sentences, 100 and some years. And I was under the understanding by him, you gonna go off for parole in 12 years. You never been in trouble. You the first time, you gonna make it in 12 years. Keep your nose clean. Everything will be okay. Oh, which I know to be just impossible now. But at that time, it sound good. You know, it sound better than you'll never get out. So, yeah, man, I took the deal. I never went out for parole till 18 years later. That's number one. I think he ended up getting disbarred or something later on down the line. Couldn't even find the joker. Only thing that was on my mind was Cape Fear. You know what I'm saying? If you know what that means, if you know, you know. But yeah, man, and he tricked me, man. He tricked me real good, and but I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so that's what happened with that, man. I ended up doing 18 years before I ever went up for parole. I got turned down like 15 times before I actually made it. So, yeah, it was insane. It was just a bunch of lies. And then, coincidentally, when I was getting out, right around the time before I made parole, they found out that the law had been misappropriated for over 20-some years. And they was trying to figure out a way to write this without being sued out the Wutazzi. So what they was doing was they was coming to people and saying, look, because they were putting people under this law, 3-strike law, if you got 3 charges like I had of the same caliber. When the law was written, the law was meant if you go to prison for a violent offense and then you get out, go back for another one, and 3 times in and out. They was applying it to people who had 3 or more charges of the same caliber. And they did that for over 20-some years. And then they had the audacity to go back to the people and say, well, if you sign this, there's no lawsuit or whatever, we're going to make you eligible for parole. When in essence, you were eligible anyway and been eligible. So they putting the bully on you again to make you think, but once you done been in prison for 20-some years, that sound good to you. Anything that got freedom attached to it sound good to you. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about no suing and getting no money. You'd have been locked up 25 years. You saying, okay, I could get out. And that's what they was doing. So when you look at my case, I took a plea bargain that I ain't even have to take. You see what I'm saying? So who knows how much time I would have got or how long I would have been in. But there's nothing I could do about it. And like I say, it's just me and I just be, preaching to the choir. They know what they did. And it's over with. I did it. I'm out and I'm moving forward. It ain't nothing I could do. Looking backwards, it ain't going to give me nothing. But they did that to a lot of people in Virginia. And you got people in there now and the ones who refuse to sign, it's still waiting to get out. They're going up for parole, but they're getting turned down every year. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you done held them people longer than you're supposed to hold them. They gave people no parole for people who had 3 of the same charges, had not been in penitentiary, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's the way the law was written. NVA. Right now they dealing with that. So, and I only been out, like I say, 4 years and some change. So this was acknowledged right before I got out.
It seems pretty crazy that anyone would think that, okay, you're getting 112 years, parole is going to be just normal after 12 years, You know
what I'm saying?
It's just wild.
This is what the lawyers see, and that's why I think us as a society, especially us that's doing nefarious activities, we be so green, man, and we'll look at anybody in authority or authority figure or authority uniform or lawyer, and we'll take that title and we run with it. If they say it is law, hey man, this is what you got to do because this is what, and look, you won't make parole in 12 years because you ain't did nothing. You did your first time and, all you got to do is go in there and just don't get in no trouble, which is impossible. There's no way you can tell somebody go to prison, don't get in trouble. That's where trouble lives at. So all of these things is just being pushed at you, and you under so much pressure, you accepting it because you looking at him as a talking head, as a mouthpiece, and he know what he doing, and he got your best interest, or he been paid. Man, it's a farce, man. And if when you find out, it's too late. There's nothing you can do about it. It's over. So I know this now, but I didn't know that then, nor did my family. Like I said, I'm the first one to get in this type of trouble. I'm the first one, the only one. So not only was I uneducated in this, so was my family. And then, like I say, once you stuck, you stuck. And that's it. It's just you on to, the Hunger Games then. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to survive. You in the Hunger Games then, man. So
that's a great analogy. Yeah, prison is like the Hunger Games.
But there's nothing that you can mention that I haven't seen, man. I seen murder within my first 2 weeks, week and a half in prison. Murder. I'm talking about vicious, stab down till he can't move no more. Less than away from me than you are right now. That close. And I had never seen that. And I'm in D.C. I done seen dudes get shot. I done seen dudes I never seen nothing like that. In that close of proximity. And it's just so vicious. It's like, young. And I'm like, man, what? And I'm on the phone and I'm like frozen like a deer in headlights, man. It's like my mom is talking to me and I can't even hear. It's like, but she's like, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm like looking and I'm like, is this really happening? And the dude just finished and he just tucked the joint and just started walking up and down the tier like it wasn't nothing going on. And everybody was moving around like it wasn't nothing going on. And I just see the dude just trying to get up. And he's just gargling in blood and he can't even sit up, man. As far as he could get is like this and he just dropped back down. And it's just blood was everywhere. And he just stopped moving. And then this puddle of blood that was around him just started getting bigger and bigger. And then sooner or later, people walking up and down was tracking blood up and down the tier. And there's no police to be found. And I'm like, man, what is going on up in this joint? And there's no, people still talking on the phone. People still walking up and down the tier, talking to each other. The joker who did it is still just pacing back and forth. He got the knife tucked right in the front of his joint where you can see it. But ain't no police. Everybody in there know who did it. Ain't nobody saying nothing. And I'm like, in my mind, man, I'm freaking out. To be honest with you, I'm like, man, this is crazy. So that taught me a lot, man. It scared me, And the joker tell you he was in prison, he won't scared. That's another liar. It scared the devil out of me, man, because I'm like, boom. So this what they doing up in this joint, And yeah, man. I said, man, I gotta give me a knife. I got to give me a knife. I got to at least have a fighting chance. You know what I'm saying? And to be flat out honest with you, man, I'm telling you, looking at the time that I had, it just 12 years is what's locked in my brain. Mm-hmm. 12 years is a long time, bro. I'm 20 years old, dog. 12 years is a long time. So in my mind, I'm thinking 12 years of this? I survived 12 years of this? And I didn't know if I could, to be honest with you. I didn't know if I could, man. So at that point in time right there, I probably was like really contemplating suicide. That's why I understand why people do it. I was contemplating it, dog, because I'm like, man, I can't live like this, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that was what I seen, that murder within a week and a half. But then after that, it was like it wasn't nothing. We back in normal operation the next day. And then other dudes is getting hit up and chased and jumping over tiers and throwing over tiers. And I'm like, man, I can't live like this, dog.
That's one of the things that bothered me about prison is, like, if you're out in a public place in the free world and you see someone getting attacked, you're going to step in. In prison, everyone turns a blind eye. So you weren't minding your business when you committed that crime. You weren't, leaving that person alone that you were robbing. But in prison, you want to abide by that?
Yes.
So stupid.
It's stupid, but those are the law of the jungle, man. Mm-hmm. And I tell people that in the jungle, man, the laws is bite or be bitten. But mind your business. Because you get in somebody else's business, you will lose your life for somebody else's business, man. And that's crazy. And you can't even speak about it. You can't even say nothing, or you in violation. You can't even go help the joker if you wanted to help him. You can't go give him a tourniquet or are you all right? Hey, CO, you can't do none of that. So you got to think in your mind that if that's me, I'm done. I'm done. So when you look at things like that, man, and you young and you seeing this and you like, man, yeah, bro, I was like, man, I was on the fence, man. I was like, man, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't. I was thinking about it. I said, man, I should kill myself, man. I ain't trying to go through this. I'm definitely, I can't, you know what I'm saying? And I remember talking to my mom, man, and I was telling her, I don't know if I'm gonna make this. I'm telling you, they crazy in here. I mean, like, they like crazy in here. And she was like, you can make it through anything, you know, God got you. And I was like, man. And I can remember thinking for a couple of days in my mind, man, like what to do, how I'm gonna do this. I just locked it in my mind, man. I said, man, well, you know, I ain't gonna kill myself, man. I can't. I don't think I got the heart to kill myself, you know. And I was like, you know, I can't do that to my mom, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, if I lose my life, man, Joe gonna have to kill me. He gonna have to kill me. He just gonna have to kill me, and I'm gonna make sure that I make it as difficult for him as possible. And if it's by chance that I go, he coming with me. You know what I'm saying? And I just locked it in my mind. I set out on a mission to give me a knife, and it didn't take a lot. It didn't take a lot of effort to get one, and I ended up getting one, and I never forget it, man. And you know, the first knife I had, man, I done said this several times because it's fact. I literally, first knife I had a rubber grip on it with a compass on the back. And the jagged edges, it was a real knife, like a Rambo knife. And I got that knife for like $20-something. And I'm cash money. And I'm like, yeah, Joker ain't he can't do nothing to me. I don't care who you is, you know what I'm saying? Because it was so big that if I hit you with it, that's a wrap. So I'm like, I'm not really like sweating nothing. And I'm looking at it and I think to myself like, boom. And then it just clicked in my head, man. It's like, dang, man, I just got here and I could get this. And what's out there? What they got? I'm new. And I could get this that fast. And then I look at it again and I'm like, oh, if they got the same thing, what if somebody hit me with this? And I was like, 150, 155. You know what I'm saying? I've been boxing, so my weight always had been, I'm like 155, Joe. When I look at that, Joe, I said, somebody hit me with this, I'm through. So I just like, okay. So when somebody opposes me, when I think somebody gonna do something to me, I gotta move fast. I gotta get them before they get me. Cause I can't take it. So I gotta give it. So I just had that in my mind, man. If you come fooling with me, if I think you got harm for me, I think you're trying to get me after what I done seen and witnessed already, oh no, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. And if I had to go to the electric chair or whatever the case may be, I'm willing to do that, not to be on the business end of what I seen that dude. I ain't want to be that guy. I ain't want nobody calling my mom, telling my mom, oh, you know, some lies or something. Oh, he tried to jump on somebody and nah, because they gonna lie. Because they gonna try to cover themselves up. They gonna lie. So I just ain't want to be that dude, man. And then, I just locked it in my mind, man. That's what I was gonna do. And I kept that whole mentality, man, for my whole entire bit, man. And I won't never no dude, I want to make that clear neither. I won't never no dude that started anything with anybody. I didn't. And I did some larceny being locked up. I'm not even gonna hold you on that. But, you know, within gambling and stuff, because I had, you know, later on my back, I caught a mean gambling habit because it was the thing that kept me busy. You know, and it's just so much that goes with gambling, but I just kept doing it because it was the adrenaline rush. I played poker every day for probably 20-something plus years, and tons of stuff come with that. You should know, you know. But I ain't never really beat nobody out or nothing or try to cheat or joke or something. I done bucked on money and stuff like that before, but I was prepared to do whatever comes with bucking. But as far as like just doing somebody like straight dirty where I feel like I deserve for them to kill me. Nah, I ain't never do that. So if you trying to kill me, then I have zero feelings for you. I don't care what I do to you. Because if you show me that you have the ability to try to hurt me, man, I just detach. I don't even look at you as a human. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. And I realized that after, within 7, 8, 10 years of my bit, man, when somebody trying to hurt me, and I think it always snapped in my head about what I seen. So I feel like I always see myself in that position, like the actual dude is dying, is gargling in blood. And I just never wanted to be that. So if I think you trying to hurt me, it's just like I don't even look at you as human no more. Once you show me that you trying to hurt me, or they say, man, such plotting on your man, he said he gonna get you, man, man, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I just detach and I'm gonna do whatever to make sure that you can't hurt me.
Did you ever have an experience like that where someone tried to hurt you?
Oh yeah, I have it plenty, man. They probably want me dead in there now. But yeah, I've had incidences like that, man. I've had to use the Bethlehem is what we call it. All dudes from these, we call it knife in there, the Bethlehem. I had to use the Bethlehem a few times, you know what I'm saying? And to my story, I would say I never thought whenever that I did do it, that I didn't have to do it at the time. Never thought that. Now, and in retrospect, when it was over and looking back, yeah, probably didn't, because only after I realized people wasn't about what they were saying. That's when you have to learn to discern from a threat and people just running their mouth. You see what I'm saying? But if you tell me you're going to kill me and I don't take you serious and you are serious, then I lose my life. So if you tell me you're going to kill me, you got to mean that, because I'm going to think you mean that. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you don't get that opportunity. So the first time that I had to do it was that exact same scenario. You know what I'm saying? It was a real big dude. He literally, anybody who was there would tell me. One thing about any story I ever told, I got over 2,500 stories on. You ain't never heard nobody come up there and say I'm lying. Never. You never will. And if they do, they lying and they can't, substantiate what they saying. But he was literally the biggest dude on the camp, but he didn't like me for whatever reason. Nothing that I ever did to him. And then, as you can see, I ain't no real big dude. He was big, 6'8", almost 300. But he at this time, I was within my little larceny. I ran a store box, so you know what a store box is. And if you owe me some money, you gonna pay me. And if you don't pay me, I'm gonna double it up on you and triple it up. And then I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to you and take everything you got. That's just how I ran my store box. But you know this before you come borrow from me. So it was a dude that owed me, and he didn't pay me on time, and I'm leaning on him. And it was a white guy, and he used to have the ability to get some weed. And I started leaning on him now to make him pay me weed every time he got weed, because he had got into debt to me. Unbeknownst to me, Big Raymond was his name, was cool with him, and he took a dislike to me for leaning on him. So I don't know what type of situation they had going on at the time, but then I find out that he's actually illiterate. And dude reads his mail, writes his letters, and do that type of stuff for him. So he gonna make sure don't nobody harm dude. So being that I'm leaning on dude, he won't think he can lean on me. But I ain't to be leaned on. And I let him know to get out of my business, as we was just talking. You don't get in other people's business. And he was, adamant because he big and and I had seen him already do, bodily harm to people. So I'm already on edge. I ain't the one to be playing with. So we had a homeboy that was, my homeboy we had in common. My homeboy was cool with him. I didn't really like him because he ain't like me. My homeboy kept warning him to leave me alone, daddy, leave him alone. He quilled it for a minute. He just kept he just kept coming back, saying little things. And it just came to a head one day, man, and he literally told me, man, he said, man, I'm gonna end up killing you. And I said, what? He said, you heard what I said? You heard what the F I said? And my homeboy got in the way then. And that was it for me. It just triggered in my head. That's all I heard was he gonna end up killing me. And he was literally in prison for murder. I mean, like a vicious one to my understanding, allegedly, too. Like, got out on the freeway and walked up to somebody at the car and with a sawed off. So, are you tripping? And you gonna tell me you gonna kill me? So, I was like, and my homeboy got in the way, and I was like, all right, don't worry about it, man. I ain't tripping off him. I'm gone. But in my mind, I'm going to get this thing, and I'm going to tell this now. So I just leave. He was like, yeah, you better leave. And stare running his mouth, and I'm like, man, this is so crazy. But already I got hives, man, because I already know I'm getting ready to hurt you bad, man. You know what I'm saying? And I go in my room, man. I was nervous as I don't know what, man. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it. I'm literally thinking about it. And I'm like, man, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to me if I do this? Because I'm thinking about taking them away from here. What's going to happen to me, man? What's going to happen to me? And I had read, this is too when you're young, I had read somewhere or seen somewhere on TV or a movie or something that if you pierce the heart with anything, that a person would just collapse. I had read that. I seen it somewhere. So in my mind, I got a big old Bethlehem. This is big. And I'm thinking that if I hit him in his heart, he's not even going to get a chance to fight back because he's so massive. I figured he's just going to collapse. And it ain't worked that way.
It never goes according to plan.
Yeah, it didn't work that way, right? So the whole scenario is, I told this story on my joint, but it's like, he was exercising. After he done threatened me and everything, like I'm nobody. Like, yeah, I said what I said and I meant what I said and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. So, man, I pull up on him, man, and I catch him in the back. And I'm right behind his heart. So in my mind, I'm gonna hit him, he gonna collapse. I'm gonna peel over to the hot water joint, right like I'm getting some water, and just walk on to my cell. And that's it. You know, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I saw. That's the scenario I saw. So when I hit him in the back, I hit him flush. I hit him so hard, my hand hit his back. It's like, so all of it went in him. And he just, And he turned around and I was in shock because he ain't dropped. So I charged him, tried to hit him again. He put his arm up and hit him in the arm and it was stuck in his arm. I pulled it out. And he was like, what? All right, I'm sorry. And now everybody looking in the whole block and I'm like, I told you don't F with me, man. He said, okay. All right, you got me. And I was like, boom, and my homeboy, the same one that tried to stop the situation, he was like, everybody looking at you, man. Everybody looking at you, Scott. That's it, man. Leave him alone. So I'm like, I cuffed the joint. I started looking around. I started walking away. And I ain't take but a couple steps and I heard, and I turned around and he done ran and snatched the coat off of somebody that was sitting at the card table and started wrapping his arm up. He said, I'm gonna kill you, man. And I'm like, oh, you is? So I go to get him again and he started going around the table and then he just collapsed. You know what I'm saying? And I could have killed him. I was over top of him and my homeboy did again. He said, man, he said, everybody looking at you, man. I'm standing over top of him. I could have killed him. You know what I'm saying? I cuffed the joint, I walk away. You know,
why didn't you kill him?
I think that reality checked in my head that when he hollered at everybody looking at me and I started thinking, I'm gonna get the lecture chair. You know, that popped in my head. Because I always knew in my mind that before I let somebody hurt me, I would kill him in prison. And if I I figured that I was gonna get the lecture chair. You know what I'm saying? It's just always stuck in my mind. You end up getting the lecture chair. You're gonna get the lecture chair. Because getting the lecture chair to me was the first option besides getting killed. I won't let nobody kill me, dog. So I'm thinking I'm gonna end up getting the lecture chair because in my mind I kept saying, I'm gonna kill somebody before I let them kill me. So then they gonna turn around and my fate gonna be the lecture chair. I used to think that for a long time, man. That was one of my biggest fears. So I looked around and everybody was literally like looking at me like, and the party got quiet. You know what it's like in a block when it's quiet. So even the COs will know that. And they're in the booth and they don't hear noise. They like, what's going on? And they'll get up from their laziness and come look. So I started walking away, and I was going to my cell, and I was in such shock and such rage. His cellie was actually my homeboy. We weren't super cool, but he was actually my homeboy. I just looked at him standing in the door and I was so paranoid. I thought he was going to try to get me because that's his cellie. So I said, you with this? He was like, no, close my door. He got his door closed, and I was literally I'm like, if you come out here and you act like if I think you moving funny, he was like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm like, I'm telling you, though, that's how paranoid. I was kind of like in shock. And I go down to my cell, and I'm trying to put the joint up, and then I say, nah, he won't come back and get me. So I put it on me. Then I had another dude that was cool. He literally came down there to me. He said, hey, man, give me the joint. Let me get rid of it. I said, no, man. He said, man, you better get rid of it. They going to come in here, man. You better get rid of it. I know how to get rid of it. I said, nah, but that joker might come back. He said, man, that man might die, man. That man ain't coming back. Man, you better give me the joint. I said, nah, man. And I was getting irritated because I was just in shock and I was green. I hadn't made that move yet. This was first time. So I kept it, you know what I'm saying? And they had went to the booth and told the people, man, that fell and hurt himself. He need medical. They come in there, they take him out. Man, they was gone like 15, 20 minutes, man. They locked the block down, came right back in there, came and got me. Came right and got me.
Someone snatched or?
They say that he came to, and they was asking them to get help, man. You better tell us who did. They say he said me. And but literally when they got me and they locked me up and they took me back in the hole at the time, like I said, I was running the store box. One thing I learned, this was a hard lesson at the time too. If a lot of people owe you and you get in trouble, they gonna tell on you. You know, they gonna tell on you because they literally, because they don't want to pay that bill. You know, and I was literally, man, at this time I was early in my store box, you know, and I would come get you if you owed me money, but I was literally lenient with some people, man, because I would literally be like, if you owe me your whole check at the end of the month, and you can and you give me your whole check, and I know you ain't got nothing, you gonna have to come borrow again. If you bring me, say your whole check $35, you bring me a $35 bag of commissary, and I know you ain't got enough, man, I'll give you $10 back of your food to eat just because I know you ain't got nothing. So most store boxes won't doing that. That was one of my incentives for dude to come mess with me. So if you owe me your whole, I give. But so many of them jokers wrote notes on me and said, yeah, he did it. And I know they did it because they thought the dude was going to die because he was on life support for a minute. And they came to my cell and they literally came in and they was antagonizing me and you know, harassing me like, tell us where the knife is. I'm telling you right now, if the man get ready to die, you better help yourself and all this and all that. I won't go in for none of that. But he said, you did it. We know you did it. And he dug in his pocket and pulled out all these notes. What did I say? And he's showing them to me. Oh, the dude up in 21 did it. Oh, yeah, the little short dude that did it, he did it. This dude was telling on me like I don't know what. So I'm like, man. And that was like crazy to me. And I was like, man, did they write this or did people really write this? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, so I know if a lot of people owe you, they're going to tell on you. I learned that. And I also learned that if you do violence in penitentiary and you do it in broad daylight, people don't want you around them. Because they scared if they get in an argument with you, now they know what you will do. If they owe you some money, they know what you will do. If they have an altercation with you, they know what you will do. So they'll write you out the block just because they don't want you around them. You understand? So I learned that. But at this time, I won't know one. I ain't in the penitentiary now. When this happened, I'm probably what? Man, I ain't even 5 years in. I'm around like year 4 or something, 4.5. So I was learning as I was going, you know. And like you said, I think now I did 33 years. I done picked the Bethlehem up in year 4, you know. Because that's how paranoid I was, though. It ain't like that's what I really wanted to do, but I had already seen it, man. And I'm being straight up, I was scared. So if I'm going out, you going with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and I just made that up in my mind. That's all I used to think, man. I'm going to get a lecture because I'm going to kill a joker. If he come, I'm going to kill you if you come playing with me. And it just so happened, man, it came sooner than I thought it would come, man, because I didn't expect him to say that. I thought, you know, I won't scared to fight him. Even though he was a big dude, I won't scared to fight him. But I just had already seen that prison ain't all about fighting. You know what I'm saying? I'm beating dudes up in the jail because they slept on me, didn't know I can box, and I'm little, and they didn't know till they was knocked out. But you leave the jail and you get to prison, man, they pushing that Bethlehem. You knock somebody out, man, and go play basketball or go outside the next day, somebody might run up behind you and, you know what I'm saying? So different rules, man, different places. I had to play by the rules, you know?
Could you have done your whole time without violence, or do you think that wouldn't have been possible?
That's impossible. That's impossible. I you know, and I heard people say that, but that's impossible. I cannot imagine a person doing 30 years, 33 years, let alone, but 30 years in prison without violence. That's impossible. It's definitely impossible in Virginia. I can't, you know, speak about other places. I've never been other places. I've never been in the feds. I've never been in big cities like Cali and prison. It's impossible, man, because somebody gonna come at you with some foolishness. If it ain't nobody but your cellie, somebody gonna push you to where you won't have to stand up for yourself. If you don't, they gonna continue to vantage take you, man. You could be the most humblest person in penitentiary, and somebody will try you because they think that humbleness is weakness. That's what they think. And then if you don't assure them that it's not, floodgates gonna open. You know, if just like running a store box. Let somebody buck on you and don't pay you, and everybody know it. Man, everybody in the pod trying to borrow from you. Hey, yeah, Ian, let me borrow this. Or let me borrow, because they're not going to pay you. Because you ain't do nothing to the first guy. So you have to set a tone of who people dealing with. Otherwise, they go with the assumption. You know what I'm saying? If they go with the assumption, man, then, you know, you got dudes in there don't bother nobody. You got Muslims, you got Christians, you got dudes that just meek, and they ain't trying to get into nothing. Dude gonna look at him like, oh, man, he got some money. Say you meek and you don't bother nobody, but you get money. Your people say you money. They see you go in the store, they want that money. Hey, yo, man, give me a couple of suits, man. I ain't got nobody looking out for me. As soon as you say, nah, what you mean, nah? Let me get yours then. You know, then what you gonna do? So I can't see it, man. I can't see nobody doing, I can't see it. You know, I know some dudes that had minimal problems, minimal. And, but I can attribute it to something, like my dude Star. Star did 24, 25, something like that. He had that many problems, but he came in at 16 for broad daylight murder, shooting somebody like 19 times. So that was known. He worked out every day. He didn't cuss, he don't drink, he don't smoke. All he do is work out and mind his business. And then later on in time, he started doing, you know, little stuff like, you know, selling little drugs to make ends meet, running a little store box. But he kind-hearted, and he cut up like an action figure. And he's known to have already took life. So it ain't too many people playing with him. He's been in here since he was 16. So people consider that. But that's not normal, though. You know what I'm saying? The average person in there, and he did have a few, but not as many as most. But the average person in there gonna have some problems. You know what I'm saying? And then me, it was inevitable because of the things I got into. I got into the gambling. You know, that brings a lot of problems within itself. And I knew that. But I'm being honest, I couldn't stop. I couldn't even stop at the time because I was addicted to it. And then it was the only thing besides working out that occupied my time and my adrenaline. And I knew. I done been in poker games, man, dudes and got stabbed. I done been in poker games, dudes and lost their eye. I done been in poker games, dudes and got their whole face sliced. But I never been in a poker game without having that Bethlehem on. You know what I'm saying?
I love that you guys call it a Bethlehem.
The Bethlehem, man, is going to put you right in Bethlehem with Jesus in the manger. You're going to have to be reborn again if you get hit right.
How do you even hide one of those in there?
Man, they got plenty of ways, man. I had hiding places in that was so... Man, I had a hiding place in one cell I was in one time. They could never find it. I don't know how Jones using. You know, like they got them little stools in your cell and with the desk. Mm-hmm. You know how they weld it and the pole in there. Well, that pole is hollow. And I had a cell one time that you could get down on the stool and like get on it and twist it real hard, and you could literally screw the whole stool off, and the whole pole is hollow. And when you screw it back on and you look up on the bottom, it just look like it's welded. They never bothered. Wow. I paid a dude to get in that cell because an old timer told me that cell right there where you need to be in, young blood, it got a hiding spot in there don't nobody know about, but I was here when they built this joint, and I ended up going in the cell, paid the dude, let me go in the cell, and I seen it was true. And then I paid the dude to try to get the cell. And I ended up getting the cell because at the time I had a cell phone. I was getting a little drugs in. So it behooved me to have it. And I'm told in Bethlehem. So I could put it all there in there. I put the knife in there, put the cell phone in there, put the drugs in there, and close it up. And I'd have been shook down. I done had the dogs come in there, everything. They could not find it. And it was impossible. They would have to literally know it's right there.
Yeah, that's I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
that's
and then, you know, the doors, we had this thing, man, I don't give these people all these secrets. Well, I don't know, they might not even do it no more, but you know, like on the back of the door where they got that little thing that you could pull to close it and open it? Mm-hmm. Okay, where they get the doors like that. Man, I literally had the maintenance man come in my joint and loosen it and then make me a makeshift screwdriver. And so when they leave and the door is closed, you know, when it opens, it's behind the wall. That part is behind the wall so they could come in. But when it closes, it's right here in front of you. So I could literally take that off, pull the phone and the stuff out of the door, take the phone and put it in a glove and then put it in a sock and wrap it up and put it in another sock and a glove and then shove it all the way up in the door and then put the phone back in, put the piece back on the back, and if they open the cell to come in and shake down, the door, this is the wall, the door is right here. So when the door opens, the door goes like this. So now this part that the phone is in is behind the wall and they're shaking down everything in the cell and it's literally right in their face and they never find it. I literally have a Bluetooth earpiece in a cell right now on the institution because when they came and locked me up, it was in the door, and I never went back to that cell again. Wow. So it's literally in the door right now.
Whoever finds that one day is going to be a lucky bandit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a Bluetooth earpiece, and it was the first one I had because I had the phone. Man, I had a phone one time for probably 5.5 years, man. And yeah, that became one of my nightmares too because I had been locked up so long I didn't know anything about a phone. And once I got one, I was addicted to it, and man, I had a foolproof system, man, and took somebody on the street to tell on me for me to get caught. But I had that joint for 5.5 years.
That's a solid run.
That's a solid. There's no way I would have got caught if it weren't for somebody on the street. My old celly's girlfriend ended up telling on me because he got in trouble. And he went to Hole, came out, and he was on the other side, and she came to see him. And she got caught bringing him something. And they threatened her. We're going to call the state troopers. You're going to lose your job on the street. You're going to get charged. You're going to be a felony. And she just up and say, well, if I tell you somebody got a phone, will you not call the police or call my job? They said, who got a phone? They said, will you not call? And she say, my boyfriend's old celly got a phone. They said, how you know? She said, I just talked to him. I talked to him last night. I told him I was coming to see my boyfriend and I'm supposed to call him back when I leave. They was like, well, where the phone at? She said, in my car. She went out to the car with the investigators and called me on the phone.
And you answered?
I don't answer nothing unless I got your name already in and I keep it on silence. But I got it on my desk and I'm brushing my teeth and I see her name just popping up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh. I look out the door, I go get it. Hello? Don't nobody say nothing. I say, hello? Put it down, go back to brushing my teeth. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. My instincts was like Spider-Man, dog, because I got away several times just off my instinct. So I'm like, man, clean myself up, go back, I call her back. And somebody answered the phone. I said, did you just call me? And I don't hear nothing, but I heard the side door open and all I heard is keys and footsteps. I said, oh my God. I run to the door and I'm in the corner up top. And they come upstairs and I said, if they turn this way, they coming to get me. And they come up the stairs real fast and I'm looking and they turn that way. And I took it apart, take the SIM card and put it in my mouth I had pockets on every one of my drawers, sweatpants, shorts, pocket that had the phone. So I put it in the pocket in the back. I got a pocket on the inseam. I got a pocket in the back. Put it in the pocket in the back. I looked at my cellie. He was only been in my cell a couple of months. It's crazy too. I never saw him again. Coincidentally, he done just found me on this, and he's a cook. And out there where I'm at, I'm gonna go see him. But I never saw him again after that. They came to the door. I looked there. I said, man, they coming to get me, dog. And he's like, what's up? I said, they coming. They came straight to the door, man. Come here, turn around, put your hands up. Put your hand behind your back. I'm like, what's up? Put your hand behind your back. Turn around, get to the door. I said, man, yelling ain't gonna get it. You gotta say what you gotta say. What's going on? Because I know I'm caught. And it ain't nothing I can do. They cut the water off. I can't flush it. I can't do nothing. I'm stuck. So when I'm stuck and I'm trapped, then that's when my aggression come. I'm like, F y'all, man. What you want? Hollering and screaming at me and all that. What you gonna do? What's up? Tell me what's going on. This captain come. He said, hey, look, just come to the door, turn around, cuff up, man. Whatever. Cuff up. My hand is literally behind my back like this, but it's sitting on the phone. You know what I'm saying? They take me out, take my celly out. And my plan was, my hands behind my back, I was gonna toss it as we going across the block. Bruh, you can't make this up, man. It'd be like Comic View, man. My celly was walking in front of us, and the sergeant that was walking with me literally was walking beside me like this. He just watched me the whole time. It's like he knew that, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't get rid of it. And they took me up in the sergeant's office and script searched me, but I did get rid of it when I was in the sergeant's office. I saw a trash can in there. My first instinct was, I'm in a bathroom, a sergeant's bathroom, with two sergeants, they strip search me. I'm going to try to flush it down the toilet as soon as they take these cuffs off. And I know they're going to try to fight me. I'm going to fight. I take the fighting charge, and just so they won't get the phone and get the information. I didn't know if they could pull all that stuff up. So I take the fighting charge, and I just was going to say, man, they jumped on me. I was fighting back. That's what my plan was. Like you say, things don't always go as planned. When I walk in there, I see a trash can. So I go stand right over top of the trash can and put my back against the wall. And I said, what's up, man? They said, man, we got a strip search you, man. That's what we got a strip search. I said, shoot, okay. And just like my feet hit this, I did that and stepped away. And said, oh, take the cuffs off. When I did that, I dropped it in the trash can. And I walked. I said, man, take the cuffs off. That's what y'all want. That's what all this about. And I went into my talk game to try to throw them off. And it was like, yeah. So they script searched me. And I'm talking the whole time. Well, okay, man, that's man, I ain't know what y'all was doing. Y'all bum rats, woo. They cuff me back up and take me in there to the captain. Go get my celly and take him in there. They take my celly in there. They stay in there like 2 minutes and come back out with the phone and bring it in there and show it to the captain and say, I dropped it in the trash when I was in there. I said, no, I didn't. I said, no, Cap. And I'm sitting there cuffed in front of the captain. So I'm saying, now look, you need to document that. Now, they done took me in there and strip searched me. They done brought me in here. I'm sitting in front of you. They gonna go in there and come back with a phone. Come on, bro. You just took me in there and strip searched me. If I had a phone, that's the purpose of a strip search, to reveal contraband. Oh, no, you know how he is. He be wilding out. So we heard it, but we was gonna wait till no, Cap, write that down, man. Come on, man. And he was like, he looking at him like, y'all messed up. But he like, I gotta lock you up, man. I said, man, come on, bro. Put that in your notes, man. You know that's wrong, though, dog. That's wrong. I'm sitting here in front of you. They just strip searched me. He said, I gotta lock you up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna write the report. Like I said, man, write that down. He said, I am. They locked me up, man, and they found, the kangaroo court. They found me guilty, and shipped me off the camp immediately. I got found guilty like on a Tuesday. I was gone on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? And they knew I was going to beat it on appeal. And I did on appeal. Now I'm on a higher level institution, but now I got the phone Jones because I done had it for so long. I came from this level that I was on first, Sussex 2, down a level to where I got caught with the phone on Greensville. So now they sent me back up a level. I've been here. I've been having COs that was bringing me this, that, and the third, but I didn't know about a phone. Now I know about a phone. I got COs up here. I know what work for me. I go straight to them. Hey, I need that phone. I need that phone. They was like, no, Bank, man, that phone dangerous on here, man. People be getting caught with it. I need that phone. What you need? Got the phone, man, like an idiot. And, man, I ain't had that junk about 9 months. Tore off. Somebody told on me, they seen me move, they watched the way I was moving, while I was hiding it in the shower. And somebody peeped it and told the people. So they caught me, sent me up in the mountains, worst place I ever been in my whole bit. Sent me up to Wallace Ridge, 33 years, worst place I ever been. And I went all the way up there for a phone, man, because I couldn't leave the phones alone. And yeah, ironically, when I got up there, after I was there about a year, I had an opportunity to get a phone up there, of all places. And I said, no way. I'm
done.
Yeah, you can't give me one of them. I don't want to be around. I don't want to use yours. Yeah, man, it cost me too much, man. It cost me some years, man, and it caused me to be in the worst place that I had ever been, man. You know, yeah, that's the worst of all of them.
Why is it so bad?
They super duper racist, man. They super racist. I'm talking about, it's like a live running episode of Roots. I mean, they call you the N-word to your face.
The guards and the staff?
Yeah. The guards is 99.9% white. They call you the N-word, just like in Confrontation, it ain't nothing to them. Like you might say, hey man, you got a request for him, it'd be like, Ian, what you want to request for him for? I mean, like it's nothing. If you buck or you like, what you say? They got, they chewing tobacco, they got guns, they got the dogs, you frying your face up, they tell you get on your knees, man. Get on your knees, man. You threatening me, get on your knees. Gotta get on your knees, you gotta put your hand behind your back. You got the gun over top of you, they'll shoot you. You know what I'm saying? They'll back up and say, man, shoot him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was vicious up there, dog. They move with it, impunity, man. They ain't got nobody over top of them. There's nothing that nobody's doing. They doing what they want. They had took life up there, several times before I got there, with nobody paying the price for it. So I knew this going up there. Everybody was hearing about it. When they first opened, they putting cattle prongs to dudes, man. Yeah, dudes was coming from down there with big webs on their face, their neck, their back. Like, what the hell is that? They had long cattle prongs. They got through that episode where the people made them get rid of them. But they was brutalizing dudes up there, breaking legs, knocking out teeth. I'm like, so when I found I was going up there, man, that's the only thing that's in my mind, man. I even told my mom, I said, man, they gonna kill me. They gonna kill me because if they do me like that, I know what I'm gonna do. So, yeah, I felt like I won't be able to duck it. And then when you get up there, then on top of all of that, they got the gangs up there, man. That's where they was putting all the gang members at because they had to justify opening all of these spots. They dynamited a mountain and carved it out and built this prison and set it up inside it to help the economy up there. And you got all of these racist jokers working up there that ain't been around black people, brown people in their whole life, and they chewing tobacco and they inbreeded and they talking to you like you ain't nothing and they will kill you up there and cover it up. You got nepotism running wild up there. You got the mama, the sister, the daughter, the cousin, the auntie, the grandmama working there. You say something to one of them, then the other ones is down on you. You know what I'm saying? So it was just insane, man. It's some stuff you couldn't even make this up, man. It's like a bad episode or Wrong Turn up that joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro, you got dudes up there that's 5'6" and wear 17 shoe. It's just insane. I'm like, man. And they chewing tobacco, and this is when tobacco is outlawed, so can't no inmate have tobacco. And y'all don't supposed to have tobacco. Don't supposed to be no tobacco on the camp. They chewing tobacco, spitting it out all on the yard and stuff. Dudes got so desperate up there to smoke, they start picking up this old chew and taking it back and refrying and drying it out and selling it.
Gross.
Gross. Beyond gross. But the more crazy about that is it became a commodity. Dudes was getting rich off of that. Dudes was getting stabbed over there by who can get it. Then they'll set up in the booth at night and chew and spit it out and chew more. And then they'll throw it away and tie the bag up and throw it in the dumpster. And dudes will be racing to get to the dumpster to get the old bags. They could tell by the smell. And they get the old bags and bring it in and dry it out and resell it and make thousands of dollars. So if you try to beat the dude to the dumpster, now y'all beef. You know what I'm saying? If a dude see a glob on the ground and you run to it before he can get to it, then y'all beefing. It's insane, bro. This is what prisoners do to you, man. They have you killing each other over spit out tobacco. God, you crazy? Yeah, but it was real up there, man. That's how hard the times was up there. If you look at any pictures that I only have a few, if you see any picture of me up there, you can see the life out of me, dog. That's the worst I ever looked, the worst I ever felt. I was in kill mode. I just felt like anything could happen, man. Then they started paying the gang members to take hits out on dudes because they had got so much drama and pushback for taking lives and beating people and brutalizing them that they started paying the gang members to do it. They be like, look, man, you go mess Ian up, man. I don't like it. He be writing up a lot of stuff, man. Yeah, go ahead and get him, man. We ain't gonna do nothing. We gonna shoot him as soon as y'all get up off of him. And we gonna write the report up and say that he swung on y'all first. They was doing stuff like that, Joe. So, and they said, yeah, y'all can do what y'all want. We ain't gonna do no charge. And then they bringing in, pornographic magazines, selling them to dudes for hundreds of dollars and dudes reselling them for hundreds of more dollars. And then if they don't like you, then they'll just send the other police to come confiscate them from you, and then they'll take them and give them to the gang members to go get somebody they want to get. Crazy, dog. Now you gonna survive in something like that, man. And so I'm like, I'm a race against the clock. You know what I'm saying? Eventually they gonna come my way, and I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to put one of them down, or the administration gonna mess with me. And if they you can't beat them. But if they beat me like that or, knock my teeth out or break something on my body, as soon as I heal, bro, I'm going to let you chill because I'm going to get them. Or they going to kill me because I'm going to get one. If I can't get them, I'm going to get them because I can't live like that, man. I ain't to be brutalized. I ain't to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not built for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not built for that. If I don't do nothing to you that warrants you doing that to me, you not doing that to me and walk around me. You can do whatever, and I can't get to you, and you're gone on something. If you do something to me like that, and you around me, then you're an idiot. You're an idiot, because I'm going to get you, and I don't care what it costs me. I don't care, man, because I just can't look at you. I can't see you knowing that you didn't impose that on me. You know what I'm saying? And they was doing it up there, man, like it wasn't nothing. Now, I've been talked to. Yeah, they done talked to me but they never whooped me. They never whooped me. And I don't know if it was because of what I had in my record, because I had been through that before. You know what I'm saying? I've been through it on the gusto, and the police want to do all this and do all that. And I told them, this is on document. I said, as soon as y'all let me up, if I ever see you, if you let me out on this yard, I'm telling you, you can tell the governor, I'm going to get you, bro. And I'm telling the captain this. And he's like, you ain't going to do nothing. He was racist. He was just spit on me, man, while I'm chained down at 4 points. And I said, bro, do you think that you're going to be able to walk around me again? And he's like, you ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to do nothing, boy. You don't run nothing around here. You don't run nothing. And I'm looking at him, man, and tears is running down my face because I can't do nothing. And he joking me like, yeah, you crying, boy. That's what you do. And I'm telling him, I look him straight in his face. I said, if I ever see you without cuffs on, I promise you, you'll never see me again. And I meant that. And he knew I meant it. He sent me to Mecklenburg. So it's just, I don't know, man. I ain't built like that, man. I can't, I'm not saying I'm invincible, but you're not going to do nothing to me and stay around me. You're not going to do that, man. I think that's some of the most bravest things I ever seen anybody do in prison. And I don't care who the person is. You are the most bravest person I know if I can take your shoes away from you in the block and I'm in with you and wear your shoes the next day.
You gotta take some kahunas for that one.
You know what I'm saying, bro? And these dudes be sleeping on people like that. Like everybody in prison ain't in there for something. That's crazy. And I actually know a dude, he go rob the dude. It's a white guy, so he robbed him. Take his money and go play in a poker game the next day. In the same block, he don't run the dude out the block, he don't do nothing. Take his stuff. Punch him a couple times, take his stuff. And he went right down there and played poker the next day. Back against the wall, slippers on, everything like it ain't nothing. That white boy came right up behind him and stuck that thing right in the top of his head. DOA right there, killed him in the block. Cause you was so, blind that you think that you can do that to somebody, man. Even if you get away with it, how long do you think you can do that? The audacity to say, I can take your stuff and go gamble with it in front of your face and you're not gonna do nothing. I can take your clothes and I'm gonna go wear them right in front of you. Man, dudes are steal a dude's shorts and go play basketball in them the next day. Man, you lying to me? You lying to me? So it's just prison, man, will just have you I tell people all the time, brother, is no way that I can explain all the nuances and the craziness and the foolishness that goes on in there, man. And this is why people lose their life in there. This is why people are so paranoid. I said, man, why you think people in prison that you see came out of prison for a long time always turning around? It's because everybody, you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know where it's coming from. I do it now, and I've been out almost 5 years. I gotta look behind me when people walking behind me, because I done seen dudes walk by 4 or 5 times, and then on the 6th time, So it's in me to, and maybe one day it'll get off of me, but nah, man, I seen too much. I done seen too much, man. And I seen too much, man. It's just a different world, man. And you ain't gonna leave prison if you've been in there long as I have, be unscarred, man. You just can't. And I got physical scars, I done been stabbed, you know what I'm saying? I done been busted in the head, I done been in more fights than I can think of. And mentally, you know what I'm saying? It mess with you mentally, man, like right now, I stay by myself, but there's nobody in the house with me. But I lock my bedroom door every night. Every night. You know what I'm saying? I can't sleep without it. You know what I'm saying? I make sure all my doors is locked, my screen doors is locked. It's just habit, man. So, certain things that I do that still, prison oriented, but it's the only way, that's the way I survive, man. So I go with what works and what I know that makes me feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But you're not leaving prison unscarred. That's impossible.
How was your relationship with your mom and siblings throughout the course of your 33 years in there?
My mom, man, was my rock, man. I literally just had my first meet and greet, man. Shout out to TBP Nation. I had my first meet and greet on 29th and 30th of this month, man. A lot of people came out from different states and whatnot. And I presented my mom with an award, man. It had some prayer hands and stuff on it and let her know, had on there inscribed, man, your prayers kept me alive, And my mom was my rock, man, my whole bit, man. There's been times, man, my mom came to see me when I told her don't, because I ain't want it, the disposition you be in, the mood you in, the situation you in. And my mom always showed up. My sisters, my brother went off to the Army. He couldn't really take coming up there, seeing me like that. But for the most part, man, my family was there for me the whole time. And I say that's needed. It's really needed, man, because as I'm explaining to you now, the way the frame of mind I was in and, the depression that I've suffered a lot of depression in there, man, because everything looked meek. And then you get turned down for parole, then turned down and turned down and turned down. It's like you don't even expect to make it no more. You expect to turn down, So you have to trick your mind into believing things that don't even seem real. So if you ain't got no family out there loving on you and coming to see you and making sure you're all right and checking on you, what you got to look forward to? You know what I'm saying? So I think I needed that, and my family always been there. And to this day, when I got out, man, like I say, my family always been there. I'm close with my brothers and my sisters and my mom. Like on the meet and greet, my mom was there. Both of my sisters was there. You understand me? My nieces was there. I'm cool with my my son, I had 2 kids before I went in. My son is my editor. It's not a video I made that he ain't edit. I don't know how to edit. He edits it. He posts it. He makes the thumbnail. And we've been doing this from day one. He told me to start a YouTube. So my daughter, 26, 27 minutes away from me. I've been with my grandkids every Christmas. I've been home. Every trick or treat, every Easter. And, you know, I'm blessed to have that. Because I could have came home and my kids could have been like, you been gone all my life. I ain't got time to fool with you. That could have been my fate. But they embraced me. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I say, my son is my YouTube partner, you know? And my daughter I see all the time. My daughter called me when I was on my way up here. She said, Dad, when you coming back? I said, I'll be back tomorrow. She said, all right, well, I need you to take Ken to get his hair cut. He's 3. You know, those are big things to me. You know what I'm saying? I get to go take my grandson and get his hair cut. My oldest grandson, I was there for his graduation. I took him to his prom. I took him to send him off to the Marines. He in the Marines now. You understand? I was able to send him off to the Marines. 18 years old, ain't never been locked up, ain't never been in a gang, ain't never shot a gun. And he in the Marines. I'm proud of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud that I've been in his life for the last 4.5 years and was able to navigate him away from that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I got to do with the rest of my grandkids. Those type of things make me, you know what I'm saying, feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm somebody. You know what I'm saying? Not nothing else but that, and people write me and say that my stories helped them. That make me feel like I'm somebody. Because other than that, I'm just a regular dude. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
We all are, you know?
That's a regular dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, you know, have an impact, man, with the knowledge that I got. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, and I will preach this until the day I die. There's no scenario no one can give me of why you will go to prison. I know people will, but when you break it down and put it in perspective, like, is it worth it? I would say that. There's no worth it you can give me. Oh, man. Well, if I'll take a chance to get 30 million. For what? For what? 30 million ain't even worth 5 years. It ain't worth a year. You can get killed. You know what I'm saying? You know, oh man, somebody do something to my mother. Well, this is my retort to that. Somebody do something to my family, my mother, my daughter, my son. Okay, this is my retort to that. Now, I ain't gonna never advocate for nobody being locked up because I know what that is. But I tell people this. I can assure you if somebody do something to you or do something to your family member, I can assure you this. It will behoove you to pray and hope that they get locked up. You understand? Because if you do that and they do get caught and they have to go to prison and pay for that for 20, 30 years, they will wish you had killed them. And your life will continue. You can help your family heal. You can be there for them. You can mourn with them. Your life and your legacy will continue. But if you do something to that person, then your life is going to be what his is. 20, 30 years in prison is, I beg to say, is worse than death. I ain't been dead. I've been there. You know what I'm saying? I beg to say that's worse than death, man. You know, and then when you take that step, you been punishing yourself for what they did. You are punishing yourself. You are volunteered 20, 30 years of misery just to make sure they not here no more. And you don't even know if they in a better place. You don't know. But you do know where you at. And then you done remove somebody else away from your family. So you done gave them double pain. Nah, man, you let them, if they get caught, oh, I promise you, it ain't gonna take 2 or 3 years. They're gonna wish they were dead. They're gonna wish you had caught them. So it's not really a scenario that's really justifiable for doing something to somebody to put yourself in prison. There's no amount of money, any lick you can pull that's gonna justify you can go to prison. I done balled out, man. I done sold drugs. I done made $1 million. I done made $5 million. I done made $10 million in 10 years. They can take it in 10 seconds and you can do 30 years. Is that gonna equate? Nah. Tell me one person you ever knew that was in prison that don't want to get out.
Everyone wants to get out.
Everybody want to get out. So why is people out here working so hard to go in?
It doesn't make sense when you like you were saying, the cons outweigh the pros.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I tell the young dudes all the time, I say, brother, do you know anybody locked up? Yeah. How many times they called you? How many times they asked for some money? How many times they call you and say, what's going on out here? Oh, yeah. That gonna be you. That gonna be you. You either gonna collect, you either gonna accept collect calls, or you gonna make them. And that's gonna come by the choices you make. You either gonna accept them or you gonna make them, bro. Because if you gonna hang around these dudes, they gonna be calling you collect, champ. Straight up. And they gonna be wanting to get out here to do what you doing. So while you out here doing what you doing, make it count. Because if you end up in there, man, sometimes it's gonna come a time dudes ain't gonna answer them calls. Because they gonna say you was out here. And you ain't gonna have nobody to blame but yourself, man. Bro, you could use the same energy you using with that foolishness to do something positive, and it may take longer, but you will be all right. But everybody want a shortcut, man. Everybody want to go for the fake goal. Everybody want to think that, hey, 10 million people smoke crack. They turn into crackheads. I ain't gonna turn into one. It's just asinine thinking, man. No. All these drug dealers got caught, but I won't. Okay. Go with that.
Now, you were talking about some of the mental health effects that you've had. Do you seek therapy at all since getting out? Have you been interested in that?
Nah, and I ain't really been interested in it neither, you know, and I've been asked that, but I just feel like, just like in prison, man, you know, wasn't nobody there but me. Same thing I'm telling them, ain't nobody gonna be there with you but you. And I just believe, man, you know, what was we doing before we had therapy? What was we doing before we had doctors and medicals, man? You know, I believe the body can heal itself, the mind can heal anything. And I just pray, man, you know, that's my therapy. I pray, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm good, you know what I'm saying? Because I can maintain, but, you know, whatever I deal with it internally, and I pray about it, you know? But like I said, I don't think it's gonna be nobody that did the amount of time that I did and don't got no issues. They may not say it. I mean, I ain't got nothing to hide, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna have some issues, man. You know, you're gonna have nightmares. I had nightmares when I first came home, man. I wake up, man, and don't know where I'm at. And people don't consider all of that. You know, just like if you get involved with a woman or something, people don't consider it. You've been sleeping by yourself for 30-some years, man. You can't roll over somebody to touch you. You might wake up and do it because, you know what I'm saying? Because that ain't happening in prison. You sleep alone. So it's a lot of things, man, that people don't understand. They don't realize, and I understand that because they haven't been where I've been. They haven't seen what I've seen. You know, they don't know the things I know. So it's complicated because you have to, you know, you have to educate them on that, and then they won't understand. A lot of times I've heard this so many times since I've been home that I don't, if I don't ever hear it again in life, it would be cool with me. Well, Banky, everybody does it like this. What if I was gonna do everything that everybody else does? I might as well just be everybody. I can't do it like that. I gotta do it the way that it makes me feel comfortable. Because I come from a place when you get uncomfortable, things get dangerous. So I gotta be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I just, you know, I deal with it, man, on a daily, however, man. And be honest with you, man, my therapy for real is my followers, man, my friends, my family, my TBP Nation, Team Banky Pound Nation. That's my therapy, man. I talk to them every day. I think some of them been in there so long, they know my disposition. They can see me when I'm on there. And they say, something bothering you ain't a bank. They know, you know what I'm saying? Because they see me so much. And it's some that's just super, you know, locked in. And they'll say, man, oh yeah, you got something going on, woo, you know. And yeah, that's my therapy though, man, because I talk to them every day, man. And all it takes is one of them. For one of them just to tell me, man, well, man, we need you over here, man. We gotta look forward to it. And I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I be back. I be like, okay, all right. You know, somebody think I'm important, and that's good enough, you know? So, yeah, man, but you're going to go through things. You're going to go through ups and downs because that's just the nature of it, man. You can't see the things I see. You can't unsee stuff. You can't. You cannot unsee stuff. I don't know nobody who can do that. You cannot unsee stuff. I done seen things and most humans should not even see. You know, I done seen it all, man. I done seen throats cut, eyeballs knocked out. I done seen dudes' heads stomped where it don't even look like a head no more. I done seen dudes gutted. I done seen these philosophy bags thrown off of tiers, bashed in the head with weights. It's sickening, man. You know what I'm saying? I could go the rest of my life and don't see no violence and I'd be good, you know? So, you know, and just to think, man, that, you know, I survived a life like that, man, I got to feel blessed, man. I got to feel like it's a purpose for my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't supposed to survive all of that. I'm not that bad. I'm not. And I don't know nobody who is. So I know I had people with me. You know what I'm saying? Something bigger than me to say, hey, man, we're going to get you through this. You might not come out unscathed, but I'm going to get you through this. Then what you going to do? So I'm going to try to help some people. That's it. That's all I could do.
What's some advice you wish you could tell your teenage self if you go back in time and stand next to teenage you?
Man, listen. Listen to the people that love you. Listen to the people that love you. I tell these people like this. Take your advice from the people that will be your 911 call. If you got in trouble and you had one call that was going to save your life, you going to call your friend, you going to call your homie on the corner, you going to call your girl, or you going to call your mom, or your daddy, or whoever is your caretaker. That's who you going to call. Your 911 call should be the person that you take advice from. That's who you take it. Whether you like it or not, that's who you take your advice from. If you're going to call them in a time of need, why wouldn't you listen to them? You understand me? If I listened to my mama, I wouldn't have been in the situations if I wouldn't have listened to the streets. When I got locked up, ain't none one of them jokers couldn't help me. Ain't none one of them jokers come to court. Ain't none one of them jokers get no lawyer money together. And I ain't called none one of them. I called my mama. Same person I wouldn't listen to when she was trying to tell me right from wrong. So I'm telling you, man, pay attention who you take your advice from. Look at where it comes from, who, and what's the source. What's the gain out of your parents telling you don't do something and you just don't like what they telling you? What do they get the gain out of that? Besides your best interest. But somebody on the street tell you to do something and you go follow them and do what they tell you to do, man, they ain't gonna be there to pick up no pieces. And they have something to gain. They have a motivation to tell you what they telling you, and 9 times out of 10, it's gonna benefit them more than you. But people won't listen to their parents. They won't listen to their mama. They won't listen to their grandma. They don't know nothing. They too old. But they the first person you call when you need them. And they the last person to be there for you. They there when it's all over, when everybody else gone. So I would tell you to listen to the people that you would call in your time of need that you know will pick that phone up. Whether you want to hear what they got. Because the truth of the matter is almost everybody in this world need advice, but the ones who need it the most accept it the least. So, you know, you got to listen to somebody. At least listen to somebody who love you, man. At least listen to somebody who care about you. Don't listen to them streets, man, because the streets don't love nobody. The streets is undefeated, and the streets will be there when you gone. You know, and the dudes in the street. I went to prison for 33 years. I came home. Some of the dudes I grew up and still doing what they was doing when I left.
Yeah. They
just older and doing it. They do the same thing. The same thing. And they mad at me because I don't want to participate. Why would I? You know, I ain't got no love lost for you, but man, I'm past all of that, man. But it's just you know, I say life is you do things over and over again. It becomes a routine. If you continue that routine, it becomes a habit. If you continue that habit, it becomes a lifestyle. And you can't get out of it. You can't. You have to really sit down and have a meeting with your mind to make you break that lifestyle. Now, the thing about that is, if you're going to go from, you know, a routine to a habit to a lifestyle, make sure it's something that's beneficial to you, not detrimental to you. Because once you get to that lifestyle, it's going to be hard to break, you know? And that's what happened with a lot of people. They get in that routine of that lifestyle. I'm doing this, and you're getting away with it, and and you're sliding by with it. But, bro, everything comes to an end. And that's when you find out everybody loves a winner, but when you lose by yourself. Everybody gone. If you the man, everybody love you. When you on the stand, don't nobody love you. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just pay attention to your surroundings, man. And no matter what, you gotta want something for yourself before more than somebody else want it for you. You have to want something for yourself more than somebody else want it for you. More than your mama want it for you. More than your daddy want it for you. You gotta want it for yourself in order for it to work. If you don't want it more than other people want it for you, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, man. You could take your son and you want him to be a world champion, but if it ain't what he want to do, he's not gonna be one. It's just that simple. Want more for yourself than other people want for you. That's what you have to do, man, in this lifetime, man. And always know that when you young, man, people don't acknowledge. When you young, bro, you could do anything in this world that you set your mind to if you lock in. Oh, I want to be in the NBA. Oh, I want to do this. You can do it if you lock into it when you young. People got this misconception. Oh, man, I'm going to have fun when I'm young. Then when I get older, I'm going to do what I got to do. Nah, that played out. That's old school. Everybody in the NBA and the NFL and all these, they early 20s. Yeah, they retired by the time they 30-something. See what I'm saying? Because they put that work in when they was young. Now they be able to do what they want to do later. Do what you got to do now, and you'll be able to do what you want to do later. I made that statement up when I was in prison. I was doing the reentry. That statement is literally painted on the wall with my name on it in the prison. They awesome. Painted that on the wall before I left. We had this re-entry program we had to go into, and I became the senior coordinator, the leader of that program, and they got that painted on the wall with my name on it, and it's still up there. You know, and that's one of the things I'm most proud of, man. Say, do what you got to do now so you can do what you want to do later. Bankology 101. And the other one is two of them. The other one, it says, don't pretend to be who you don't intend to be. And I used to tell the dudes that in my speeches before we left, man, I said, man, don't go out here. You've been locked up 20, 30, 40 years, and your family been holding you down, and you're going out there telling them, oh, I ain't gonna get high no more. I ain't gonna rob no more. I ain't gonna be cheating and stealing no more. Don't, just tell them what you're gonna do. Don't break their heart, man. Don't pretend to be who you don't intend to be. If you want to go out there and get high, just tell them, man, so they can go ahead on, let you go about your way, give you a little help and send you on your way. But don't go out there fooling your people, man, when you done been in this miserable, depression, oppressive world, and then you go out there with the only one that was loving on you while you was going through this, and you lying to them. Go out there and tell them the truth, man. I'm a dope fiend. I'm going to be a dope fiend. I just don't want you to expect nothing of me because this is what I'm going to just tell the truth. Don't pretend to be who you don't intend to be, especially with the people that you love. You know what I'm saying? Give them the truth, man, and let them make a decision based upon that. You know what I'm saying? You owe them that. You know what I'm saying? If they held you down, you owe them that. Tell the truth, you know. So I guess they liked it, but they got them right on the wall in there, man. And I was proud of that, man, that they put that up there, man. They painted that up there. And I talked to dudes that's still in that prison, and they say it's still on there. So I said, yeah, that's what's up, man.
That's incredible. Well, Banky Pound, thank you so much, man. I'm glad we finally got to do this. This was a, one of those once-in-a-lifetime interviews that you get to do and sit down with someone. And You're a man of wisdom. You've experienced a lot, and you're using it to do good. And I appreciate you, and I respect you, and I wish you the best in life. And keep doing you, brother.
Absolutely, I appreciate you, man. To TBP Nation, man, y'all make sure y'all go mess with Locked In and Ian Bick, man. It's been a class act over here, man. It's been long anticipated. I sure do appreciate it, man. And I shall return, man. But y'all make sure y'all go, because I ain't locked up no more, but I'm locked in with Ian Bick, man. Salute.